Hello, I'm Gail Ellis and welcome to PEPELT, Picture Books in European Primary English Language Teaching. And it's great to be back after the summer break for another year of PEPELT, and I hope the start of your new academic year has gone smoothly. Now, our theme for October is kindness, and our book of the month is Kind by Alison Green, who's also the publisher, with a foreword by Alex Scheffler, and it's illustrated by 38 kind illustrators as they have donated their work. And £1 from the sale of each one of these books is donated to the 3Ps charity, which raises money to help people who have had to flee their homes. Now, I talk about multiliteracies, and kind lends itself really well to developing visual and emotional literacy as well as civic literacy. Now, there are also lots of opportunities to develop language about being kind. And the picture book begins with 2 questions. And the first question is on the frontispiece illustration by Quentin Blake, where we see a child opening a door for an old lady. And the question is, what can you do to be kind today? And the second question is on the first double-page spread, illustrated by Guy Parker Rees of Giraffes Can't Dance fame. And it says, imagine a world where everyone is kind. How can we make that come true? Now, these 2 questions actually are a call to action and provide an ideal point of entry to the picture book. First of all, I would introduce some of the language which is repeated throughout the story, and I would elicit all the different ways, big or small, that we can be kind to each other as well as to help people who have had to leave their homes and countries. And the repeated language is based around can with different pronouns. So we can you? And so in response to the question, what can you do to be kind today? I would elicit the different verbs, the suggestions and ideas from the children. Now they may say these in their own language, but you can recast in English. And this would probably elicit and prepare them for some of the language that's used in the story. So, for example, there are lots of good ways to be kind. This illustration is by Chris Houghton. We can listen to people especially when they're sad. There's a little tear here, I don't know if you can see that. We can give them a hug if they're feeling lonely. If someone's frightened or worried, we can offer to hold their hand. If they're in trouble, we can see if we can help. And it goes on like this, and I'm sure that the children would come up with a lot of the ideas. With some children who have more language, you could introduce some of the other structures, like it's good to listen to their stories too, for example. Now, this linguistic preparation will help children read and talk about the pictures. If we return to this first double-page spread, we can see through the illustrations all the different ways that people are being kind. And as Sandy said, the pictures bring so much to the words, so much more to the words, and the illustrations show so much more about what being kind means. So we could ask children, and this would actually be an opportunity for them to practice the present continuous. How are the monkeys being kind to each other? And so reading the illustrations, he's playing with the baby monkeys. She's sharing her banana. He's picking a mango for the baby monkeys. They're hugging each other. She's comforting her child. He's helping an old monkey, and so on. We could then ask them to describe the emotions that they can read on the faces of the different characters throughout the story. For example, sad, happy, frightened, concerned, worried. So the children begin to develop emotional literacy. Now, on the next double page spread, the children actually have to look very carefully at these illustrations because there are illustrations, in fact, by 3 different illustrators. Can they identify the different illustrations? But this double spread is just full of inclusiveness and diversity. We have children of different skin colors, different hair colors, different hairstyles. We have some children wearing glasses. We have a boy here who is wearing a hearing aid, at least I think it's a hearing aid. And we have a young Sikh boy here wearing a patka. So this inclusiveness, in fact, is conveyed throughout the story and really does send positive messages about diversity. Now, on this double spread, we have a suggestion to make a kindness jar. Have you ever made a kindness jar? Every time you do something kind, put a marble or a button in it. I bet you'll soon fill it up. Now, in the primary English teaching class, I would do this slightly differently. I'd still have my jar, but I would put sentence stems or sentence strips on the wall like this. It says, what did you do to be kind this week? And the children can tear off a sentence strip like this. They write their name and the date, and they write what they did to be kind. They fold it up and they put it in the jar. And then at the end of each week, or perhaps at the end of the month, you can take out the sentence strips and review all the different acts of kindness that have taken place from the children in your class. So the book actually includes lots of simple acts of kindness, but it also addresses much bigger issues around migration, around refugees, around tolerance, curiosity, and respecting similarities and differences. And this can help develop civic literacy. We see some bigger acts of kindness, for example, on this page. If they're trying to learn our language, perhaps you can tell them new words. So teach new arrivals, new words in English, and we've got a variety of words here. And then as a suggestion, another call to action actually, how about learning some words from their language too? Look at all these different ways of saying hello. And here we have a beautiful page, multilingual page of many, many different languages saying hello. You could create a word wall in your own classroom and include words from all the different languages spoken by the children in your class. And here is another double spread full of inclusiveness and diversity by Steve Anthony. So finally, coming back to visual literacy, as Sandy said, the end papers provide us with peephole views of each illustration in the book. And we can ask children to match these peephole views to the corresponding illustration. And this really does develop observation skills. You have to look very, very carefully. And it will also help them develop an awareness of all the different illustrative styles. So this book is not only about kindness, it's also like walking through a picture gallery, because we see illustrations by illustrators from many, many different countries. So that's it from me. And we look forward to hearing from Tasha and Annetta later this month. And don't forget to check out our website. So see you next month. Bye.